Prison Break isn't just a TV show, it's a psychological masterpiece. It tells the story of Michael Scofield, a man willing to sacrifice everything to save his brother, Lincoln Burrows, from death row. But what most people don't realize is that behind the thrilling escapes and clever plans lies a deep web of real science, strategy, and symbolism. It all begins with a man who thinks like an architect and moves like a chess player. Michael Scofield, a structural engineer, deliberately gets himself arrested, not out of guilt, but out of genius. Every tattoo on his body hides a piece of the Fox River prison blueprints, disguised as art, symbols, and Latin phrases. But there's more to these tattoos than meets the eye. Each design has layers of meaning: flames for danger, angels for protection, and the devil for sacrifice. His tattoos are his armor, a code between logic and faith. What's incredible is that the show's creators based many of these codes on real-life prison escape tactics: routes hidden in plain sight, memory-based mapping, and behavioral manipulation. From the moment Michael enters Fox River, his calm demeanor and silence are part of a performance. He studies people, guards, inmates, routines. Every second counts. This reflects a real psychological principle called situational dominance, understanding your environment so completely that it becomes predictable. Even the cellmates in his plan aren't random. Each one represents a tool in his design. Sucre provides loyalty, Abruzzi gives power, and Teabag chaos. It's like assembling a moral equation, a genius balancing logic and risk inside the walls of hell. But Prison Break is more than escape, it's about control. Michael doesn't just fight against the walls, he fights against a system, one built on corruption, greed, and secrets. In a way, the real prison isn't just Fox River. It's the world itself. Michael Scofield's mind is his greatest weapon, but it's also his biggest burden. Beneath his calm intelligence lies a storm of emotion, trauma, and guilt. His plan to save Lincoln isn't just about justice, it's redemption. Every move, every calculation, every sacrifice hides a psychological depth rarely seen in TV storytelling. One of the most fascinating aspects of Prison Break is how Michael uses behavioral psychology to manipulate his surroundings. He observes before acting, mirrors behavior to gain trust, and uses empathy as strategy. This reflects a real-world intelligence concept known as social engineering, the art of influencing people through observation and precision. Even his tattoos tell more than the escape. The Latin phrases like sine qua non, meaning without which not, show his philosophical side. It's as if every line of ink carries both logic and faith. The angel wings on his back, for instance, symbolize salvation, carrying his brother from darkness to light. The devil beneath them hints at the cost, that saving someone might mean becoming something darker yourself. Michael's story also mirrors a deeper mythic pattern, the hero's descent into the underworld. Like Orpheus entering Hades to save a soul, he descends into prison to rescue his brother. This structure has roots in ancient mythology, heroes who must face death, deception, and moral compromise to find truth. The show subtly reinforces this mythic tone through its visuals: the claustrophobic halls, the constant ticking of time, the light flickering in dark corridors, all symbolizing the fight between fate and free will. But perhaps the most shocking part is how realistic his escape strategy is. Experts have pointed out that several aspects of Michael's plan, from memorizing blueprints through symbolic tattoos to manipulating guard schedules, are inspired by real-life prison breaks. One famous case was Frank Morris's 1962 escape from Alcatraz. He used intelligence, timing, and art to turn a hopeless situation into victory. Every detail of Prison Break reflects this idea, that intelligence isn't about strength, but about adaptability. Michael doesn't conquer the system with violence, he bends it with intellect. By the time Michael Scofield reaches the final stages of his plan, Prison Break stops being just a story of escape. It becomes a story of sacrifice, fate, and freedom. Every tunnel dug, every alliance made, every risk taken leads to one ultimate truth: freedom always comes with a price. Michael's genius was never just about getting out of prison. It was about outsmarting the system itself, the walls built by corruption, the politics of power, and even the limitations of the human mind. His escape plans, across every season, evolve from physical blueprints to psychological warfare. He stops escaping walls, and starts escaping control. But underneath his brilliance lies tragedy. Michael suffers from a condition that makes his mind overactive, constantly planning, overthinking, never resting. His intelligence is both his gift and his curse. It mirrors the myth of Prometheus, the titan who gave fire to humanity and was punished for it. Michael, too, gives freedom to others, and pays for it with his own life. The later seasons of Prison Break show how each character's prison is different. Lincoln's is guilt. Sarah's is fear. Teabag's is desire. And Michael's? It's destiny. He can't stop saving others, it's coded into him. He builds maps, but he can never map his own peace. The final escape, his ultimate sacrifice, is symbolic. He dies not as a prisoner, but as an architect of freedom. His story ends where it began, a man designing hope in a world built on confinement. From a psychological view, Prison Break also explores the illusion of control. The show constantly asks, can we ever truly escape? Even after the walls fall, trauma follows. Freedom isn't a place, it's a mindset. In the end, Prison Break isn't just about escaping a prison, it's about breaking the prison within. Michael Scofield's story reminds us that intelligence without purpose is just chaos, but intelligence with love can rewrite destiny. And maybe that's why his final message wasn't goodbye. It was a blueprint for anyone trapped in their own walls, whispering the same truth he lived by. If you want freedom, you must first understand the cage.